I don't know why, I just really like this music. It's a pretty good little looping sound that we can have. Just gonna kind of fade it out there. All right, so what we're gonna do now is look at how to edit the matching action of the insert shot. I'm gonna go ahead and close this. I've got Dialog scene V1 here, so I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna go ahead and create a new sequence. You would do this inside of the full sequence if you were doing this as an actual short film. Remember, AVC HD, 1080p, 1080p 30, right? And I'm gonna just say insert shot. And I'm gonna click OK. And now I have my timeline here to be able to edit on. I'm gonna go back into my clips. I could have got there just by double clicking this, but I know the tab is here. And now what I wanna do is I want to work on matching action. So I have this recorded where she pushes this across, and you can see we've got several takes here. Now, y'all notice when I'm dragging the playhead, you hear the sound. That is called audio scrubbing. So if you don't want that sound on, you can hit Shift S on your keyboard, and now you don't hear that sound. But I think the sound is important. It helps with like knowing exactly when to take a clip. A lot of times sound is a good cue for us. So there we go. So I'm going to just use this last one where she starts to slide it across. So I'm just going to start right here. So I'm going to press I to set an endpoint. I'm going to drag the clip and bring it down. I'm not going to bring the audio for this right now because I don't need it. But I'm going to keep existing settings because we always keep the existing settings. We set this up to be what we want. Now I'm going to zoom in here and let's see what we got. All right. So she starts to push that across. Now I'm going to look and see. I've got two other shots here of that action happening. And I know that when I shot it, I don't know that I really liked any of the shots. In action. Okay, so that's not bad, but let's see how this one looks. And you can see that it's out of focus right there. But notice how it ends in focus. I just want to, this is about editing, but just in terms of shooting, what I did was I had her put the cup right there. I zoomed in, I focused, so I knew that when the cup got to that point, it would be in focus. And then I just had her back her hand up and push it to that point. So that's how we have that there. So what I want to do is find a point on the wide shot where I feel like that action is happening. She's already in the motion. So right here, I'm just going to take it and we'll see. All right. At this point, I'm going to pay attention to this circle on the table and the circle right here. And you can see that at this point, the cup is a little bit behind the circle there. It's a little bit behind the circle here. I'm okay because I'm going to cut to this shot next. If it is just a tad ahead, I want to just use the right arrow and I'm going to put it right there. Now I'm going to press I to set an endpoint here, and I'm going to just drag the video down here and I'm going to come back, and now I'm going to hit play. And there we go. That's it. Shot's done. I have a good action sequence with matching action that takes this object in motion from one frame and continues that motion into the next frame. Now, if I wanted to, I could come back to the clip. Let's just see what it looks like. It wasn't bad. What am I looking for though? Like her hand is starting to pull back right there. So I'm going to see if I have on the clip below. I'm going to turn this clip off. I don't know if y'all noticed that right here. Toggle track output. It's a little eyeball. Right now, you don't see our shot, the tight shot. If I turn it on, you'll see that shot. If you want to turn that off to see what's below it, you can do that. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to see where she starts to pull her hand back. And so her hand is starting to come back here. So let's see if that'll work. So I'm going to hit C to cut right here. I'm going to hit V to go back to my arrow. And I'm going to drag this over and just see. Let's see. All right, let's play it. Now, it doesn't match perfectly. Her hand is a little closer right there. So I'm wondering if she actually lets go of the cup. She doesn't move her hand all the way in this shot. So that's not perfect, right? Her hand is a little closer to the cup right here than it is right here. So let's see. Maybe we can get this even better. Not really, because it's just not going to work. So I'm going to Command Z to undo, and there we go. And let's just say that's the end of my shot. Now, there's other things about this that I don't like. This was a classroom demo. He's like looking up here to see the director cues. If we were actually recording this, you wouldn't want your actors to actually look up at the director or the camera person. But in this case, this is how you edit matching action. And I think that works. Now, something we have not talked about that I think is worth noting is if I'm just going to go right here and I'm going to X out. Now I don't have my timeline anymore. Let's say this were my full video. When I double click, my sequence opens back up. I now have this insert shot that I have edited. It's 3 seconds long. I can then take that and drag it in here, and it is the fully edited thing as one file. I am taking another sequence and putting it inside of another sequence. And so that is a good way to kind of work if you're doing a longer project where you know that you're doing one scene and you want to go ahead and get it edited. And then you've got another scene that you're like, oh, I can work on that now, and go ahead and edit that scene. And then you could come into one larger sequence and you could put those things together after the fact. And it'll be just a nice, clean way to organize your edit. But that was how to match action on the insert shot. Hopefully that has been beneficial. And thank you for listening.